Welcome to Synchronize Swatches, your twice-monthly dose of coolness. I'm your host, Chip Johnson.
And I'm the other guy, Chris Gregory.
Every other week, we watch an episode of the cult classic 1990 sitcom Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and then we record ourselves talking about it.
It's time for Operation Record the Podcast. Are you ready?
Indeed. I've got my gym material.
Gentlemen, Synchronize Swatches. Not a problem.
I've never liked you, Lewis.
Not a problem.
Eat now?
Clean out your locker. You're finished.
I should put a piece of tape over my over this stupid logo on my shirt, like a show from the '90s, just like a piece of tape.
Yeah, Greek it out.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That's what I did with, I don't know if you can see it here, the logo for Rode Mic is up here, like just on both sides, just big bold letters, and it like when I'm on camera, it's glaring, just saying Rode. You know, I'm like, I don't want to. God damn it.
No free advertising.
Exactly. Damn it. How's do you have a bunch of snow right now?
Not at the moment. There is
Okay.
a frozen sheet of snow outside, but it's not. It's ice at this point. But yeah, it snowed this weekend, and we're supposed to get a lot next weekend apparently.
Okay, I was wondering if you had gotten it yet, or if it was still on its way.
Yeah, I mean it came. We had some Saturday night, and then yesterday it was just gross. It was the worst. I hate this time of year. This is my least favorite time of year. Is right after Christmas, before it starts to get warm at all. Like January. I hate
miserable.
January.
Yeah,
it's the worst. So yeah, it was like it was maybe 33 all day yesterday, and then overnight cold, and then all this week the lows are like in the teens. It's just like it's the worst, man. I can't stand that shit.
God, and I mean, especially just because usually, like you say, it's just warm enough that it starts melting, but then by the by the time the day cools off, it just turns to like shitty slick ice, and it's just
it's
God.
the pits. It's funny. Like I was thinking about it the other day because before the storm came through, because they were describing what it might potentially do, and I moved here in 1995, so I've lived here for 30 years. The first year that I lived here, the first winter I was here, we got some kind of storm that caused the all the plants to be encased in ice. You know, all the trees were just completely
I remember that
surrounded. Yeah. And, it was my first winter here, so I was like, is this what winter in Virginia is? This sucks. And it's like, for the next 3 decades, there hasn't been anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
Until, I mean, maybe once or twice, but nothing like that first year I was here. And so, seeing it this time, I was like, oh, yeah, it reminds me of the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
This bullshit, but, and I remember the first summer I lived here, too, we had, like, for some reason, just like this inordinate number of fucking inchworms in the descending from the trees.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. I was like, this place fucking sucks, man. Ice covers everything in the winter. In the summer, you can't go outside without being attacked by fucking inchworms constantly.
I do.
It's never been that bad. But,
I do remember that.
That's so weird.
I do remember some summers they were just way worse than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's never been another one like that since then, since I've lived here, that, I see them periodically, but nothing like that first year where it's just like every time you were near a tree, it's like, there's a fucking worm on me. This place sucks. I hate it here.
Oh man.
Yeah. How are things going out there?
Good. I mean, not to make you feel like shit, but I mean, the weather's pretty nice here.
Yeah.
It's probably like,
I feel terrible that the weather in Los Angeles is nice.
I mean,
before.
it's like I was right before this. I went and sat outside for a little while just to get like a little bit of sunshine on me, and been cooped up in this cave doing editing and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's probably like upper 60s, low 70s, maybe.
Yeah,
so,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of hard to beat about this area.
Yeah,
maybe expensive as hell, but during this time of year, I'm like, oh yeah, this is part of the reason I'm here.
There's no seasons though, man. There's no seasons.
I do kind of miss the seasons, but it's one of those things that, like, because I love autumn and I love Halloween and all that. So I kind of miss that feel. And I do miss the kind of a cold snap every once in a while, like where you get some snow. But like when I was out in, went out to Chicago last month or whatever to do that shoot, and there was a ton of snow. I was like, oh, this is great. But then after 2 days, I'm like, I'm done. Like that was enough. Good, I'm ready for 70-degree weather again. So yeah, if we can have seasons, but they only last like maybe a week. I'd be
somebody
cool
get to work on that. I like the first snow when we have snow around here. It doesn't happen every year. I like the first snow, and because it's like, oh, it's so nice and it's beautiful out, and then like a day later, it's like, this fucking sucks. It's all dirty and gross. And then every snow after that's just like, again with this fucking snow.
Yeah, exactly. The first snow of the year is always great, but that's it. That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh man.
In conclusion, fuck snow.
Imminent danger, sirs.
You get a Pankow episode this time.
I know.
Finally.
I finally got myself a Pankow. I was actually really sad to see that there's only one more.
Is that true? Oh shit.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking to see when I was looking up Garrett Graham's appearances on here. The next one's the last Pankow. Man. So we're gonna savor it while we can before we get into season 3. So today's episode is season 2, episode 8, Aging Gracefully. Or in German, Auf Deutsch,
Altern in Würde,
which translates to aging gracefully.
Thank you, Paul.
Got a direct translation there. Yeah, thanks, Paul. So this episode aired on Sunday, October 6th, 1991. The only little nugget of trivia I could find is that Elizabeth Taylor married for the 8th and final time on October the 6th. Remember that being a thing about her?
Totally. Yeah.
The joke with her was how often she was married.
Exactly. Yeah, this time period, like early 90s, that was always the joke.
Yeah.
I totally remember that.
So the writers behind this episode, a couple of rookies to Parker Lewis. Not rookies in general, but we got David Stephen Cohen and Roger S.H. Shulman. These guys actually both went on to work together on the movie Balto in 1995. David Stephen Cohen was the screenwriter on that.
Oh, okay.
And then he was actually also the head writer on the show Courage the Cowardly Dog. You remember that one?
I do remember that, yeah.
I honestly only remember that one episode with the fucking ghost out in the when they stole the slab or whatever, and there's that CGI ghost out in the field that keeps going, "Return the slab."
Yeah,
remember that?
I only remember bits and pieces of that show. I don't remember much about it, but I remember. Yeah, I remember the ghost thing.
That's the only episode I remember because it's that 90s CGI, so it's already kind of a creepy story within the CGI background, and the image is just
makes it even creepier.
It's creepy, yeah. So Roger S.H. Shulman actually was a co-writer on Shrek as well.
Oh wow.
It's another one of his credits. So and then we're in the capable hands of Brian Spicer directing this episode. It's 13th episode. 13th episode directing, and it's as usual, it's clear. It's clear because it's got his fingerprints all over it.
Yes, it does.
So here's my synopsis. Musso, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Musso. Also, Dr. Pankow is back. No longer tied to janitorial work, Mr. Dr. Pankow has designs on a new punishment facility. All he needs in order to get what he wants is the birthday girl on the sidelines.
That's good. That's a good synopsis.
Thanks.
I don't know how he bounced back from the janitorial position, but he climbed back quick.
Yeah, he sure did. He's at the head of a board table. Like a long table. It's like, whatever. All right. And I apologize for the singing. That was an abomination. Jesus. Anyway, all right, so for our opening credits gag this week, everyone is at a drugstore. Parker's up first, and they're all talking to the person behind the counter. Parker tells him he's in the market for a bevy of various hair care products. Then we see Frank, and he's dressed in a vampiric cape and sunglasses. And he requests sunblock, SPF 45,000. Then we have Mikey. He asks if they have earplugs capable of blocking an earth-shattering guitar lick that he then produces. And finally, of course, and it shakes the camera and everything. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
And finally, Miss Musso is asking about skincare products, including, I think, wrinkle remover or something. And I made a note here that there's some sort of scene playing out behind her with a couple of girls, and she references family drama, I think, but I didn't quite follow what was happening here.
Yeah, it's weird because there's two girls behind her talking or doing something. They're looking at some product there in the store. And Miss Musso, she asks for the wrinkle remover. She glances at them and then glances back and whispers to the clerk. And so that's, it does sound like family drama, but I replayed it a few times. She says family drum. So
Family
I think
drum?
I think it's like the family size.
Wrinkle
Remover. She's like,
I
I want the age-defying wrinkle remover.
Yeah,
the family drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's looking
the way she says it does sound like family drama, and because she looked at those girls, she definitely cut a glance to them. It feels like that, but yeah. I had to rewind it a couple times, but I think she's asking for the big tub.
yeah, and she doesn't want them to overhear. I get it now. So she's just checking herself there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we open this episode in the Santo Domingo hallway in the upside down, because the buds are literally walking down the hallway, and they are upside down from our perspective. And then the camera rotates 180 degrees, and we see their clothing slump as though the gravity has reasserted itself as the point of view has shifted. Yeah, it's kind of a cool shot.
It is. I was kind of wondering how they did it at first. I was like, did they have strings on their shirts to like pull them up? But I think they just kind of. I think they kind of pulled them up and shrugged them like that, and then as soon as the camera flipped, the actors just kind of let it drop or something. But it was a cool effect, yeah.
Yeah. So in VO, Parker lets us know that everything is normal and routine. Status quo, as he says. We see Musso, Frank, and Shelley walking towards them, doling out discipline as they go. And Shelley's dressed like a little miniature Miss Musso. They've got the same outfit on and everything. And she's mimicking the thumb shots. And Frank's jotting down the punishments that Miss Musso is assigning to all the students in the hallway.
2 weeks for big hair. 3 weeks for Velcro. And Randall, 1 month for having a face.
And Frank
guilty
finds
as charged.
Yeah. Frank finds that about as amusing as we did because he giggles. Which earns him a 15-minute detention. Yeah, he's thoroughly distraught, and he collapses to the floor. But then he still records the punishment in his little notebook. Yeah, I blame this show and like my own family upbringing for the fact that I do the same thing. Like when I live my life with sound effects in the background that I generate myself. You know, just like all the time and shit.
That's how life should be.
Yeah, I know. Parker tells us something is rotten in Graceland. And we cut to this another movie trailer in the fashion of like 1950s horror film. Yeah. Complete with a screaming damsel in distress and these cutscenes of students fleeing in terror. And I just made a note here that I liked when the title card came up at the end of the preview for this film, The Opposable Thumb. The copy at the bottom read, "If this were a real movie, there would be a copyright."
And then I think the voiceover says something like, "Presented in Limmervision." I don't know what Limmervision is, but
yeah, I don't either. Whatever it is, it makes Miss Musso look great, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in the school. I just labeled this a school boardroom. It's basically just a boardroom, and the camera is tight on a very familiar mouth. Dr. Pankow greets the other board members in German, of course. He's like, meine Damen und Herren. Anyway, he describes a scene of students climbing and shimmying up ropes, engaged in physical activity. He says, this is commonly referred to as Jim, he says, or more formally, James.
I love that.
That one fucking made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, totally.
It's such a dumb joke.
It is, and he laughs at his own joke, too.
He has a little laughter.
So great.
This is the worst. Anyway, so as he speaks, the camera pulls back, revealing the rest of the board members until after his little joke, Miss Musso is revealed at the end of this long table. And she's had enough of Norman's bullshit. She wants him to decide who gets the gym equipment so they can all move on with their, quote, pathetic little lives. Dr. Pankow describes his plan for the equipment. He wishes to construct a punishment center for
didn't do your vocal warm-ups.
Let me try that again. Dr. Pankow describes his plans for the equipment. He wishes to construct a punishment center for recidivism. I almost did it again. Jesus. Recidivism. A facility that will become a paragon of prophylactic penology.
He loves his
He
peas.
then unveiled... Yeah, it's very alliterative. Good job, Dr. Pankow. And he then unveils a scale model of Camp Pankow, which is basically a prison.
Yes.
He even has a couple model howitzers on the ground, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So Miss Musso pulls in close to him, informing him that she doesn't need the equipment, but because he wants it, she wants it, and she will have it. They square off, and that in that familiar nose-to-nose way.
Yeah.
And then, of course, an electric charge passes between them, and then they recede from the frame. Dr. Pankow falls into his office chair, and his aide Remmel provides him with a back rub as he thinks. Pankow tells Remmel to penetrate Santo Domingo in order to discover what the hell is going on with Miss Musso, but to be discreet. Remmel suggests that he will disguise himself as a member of the Royal Swedish Guard. Okay. But Pankow tells him to go as a student. And just put a note here. Good henchmen are so hard to come by in Santo Domingo.
Yeah. Yes, I got two notes here. So Remmel's played by Gregory Eugene Travis, who he had a handful of TV roles in the 90s. Doesn't seem like he did much after that. But a lot of, like a day player, a lot of one-off TV roles. But what I love, too, is when Pankow addresses him, he's like, Remmel, my pumpkin-haired lout.
Yeah.
Because the guy's got dyed orange hair.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. Remmel, my pumpkin-haired lout.
I forgot to write that down, but when I heard him say,
Yeah.
That is a funny description. I forgot to write it down, but you're right. That is great. My pumpkin-haired lout.
I love that.
So Pankow takes a rinse of water from a sport bottle, and then he swishes it around and spits it at the camera, at which point we cut to Parker Central, and we pull back, and it's kind of transitioned from spit on the lens to a Ziploc bag that Mikey's holding. And the bag is labeled one Musso toenail clipping, which is, as he refers to it, Musso flavored.
It's a good transition, though. It is a great transition because the spit hits the lens, and then the lens is obscured by like a Ziploc bag, which kind of looks like water, and then they pull back. It's a great transition.
Yeah, it's tough to describe, but you did a good job there. That's basically what it was like. It's a very good transition, but so they hand this sample over to Jerry to analyze with his computer. There's some suggestion here that Jerry is more interested in his computer equipment than the latest Playboy Playmate, and that given the choice, he would go for the silicone in the machinery as opposed to the silicone in the Playmate.
Yes.
Not very progressive, fellas. All right, so Jerry tells him the analysis will only take a second to complete, and then we hear this foghorn, which I guess indicates that the mail has arrived, which Jerry then produces from his jacket. Like the mail's delivered to his jacket.
Yeah.
Everyone receives a little something. I think Mikey gets a magazine or something. But Jerry receives a new motherboard for his computer. And then this bell rings, which indicates that the analysis is complete. Jerry reviews the findings and presents them to Parker and Mikey. This toenail sample acts as a kind of tree ring history of Musso's life in his analysis, with various events highlighted. And then Jerry leans in as he's reading these, and he accidentally presses a button labeled Network Feed.
Don't know why that's there, but
That's ridiculous. He leans onto this button, the light comes on, and then he announces that Grace Musso is turning 40.
I love this tree ring kind of gag for to present. It's a great way to present the plot point of this episode that her birthday's coming up. So stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he just immediately announces it to the world.
Yeah.
Because after he says that, we're on we've got cable news on the screen, right? And there's an anchor on there talking about the fact that today Debbie Gibson turns 20. Belle Biv DeVoe turned 19, 17, and 18 respectively. And then he touches his earpiece because he's getting this late breaking news, and he reports that Grace Musso is a whopping 40 years old today.
Whopping.
And whopping. And then we see that Miss Musso is watching. She has the TV news on in the background in her office, and she bites down really hard on a handful of papers that she has. And then we see the girl from the 50s horror film preview we saw earlier scream out in terror once again as we break for commercial. I think we broke for commercial there.
Yeah, because it pixelates. It pixelates, yeah.
But it's a super quick transition.
It could just be a pixelated transition between scenes. Normally they use it for the commercial cut, but but the way it transitions, it may not be actually.
Yeah, it's just such a quick transition to the hallway.
Yes.
And out there we have the Buds have set up a display on easels in the hallway of like photos of like other women who were 40 plus years old.
Yeah,
including Queen Elizabeth, I think, the second.
Yes.
I didn't clock who the other two.
Well, so that was what my note was. I was one, because like obviously the third one, because it's rule of threes, but you've got two really attractive women like just over 40 or whatever, but then you've got Queen Elizabeth, who's at this time 65, I think,
and also super hot.
Yes, exactly.
Let's not let.
I'm
that
just
one
saying
go,
she's
kid.
65, but
right.
But I was like, I struggled to figure out who these other two women were.
Yeah.
My initial thought was Marky Post for the first one.
Okay.
Do you remember Marky Post?
No.
From Night Court?
Okay. Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Anyways, I tried searching. I couldn't find that actual picture. I looked up her headshots and stuff around that time period. She would have been 40 that year.
Okay.
So I was like, it could have been. I showed it to Dawn, though. She's like, I don't think that's Marky Post. But she's like, she looks familiar, but I can't place her. And then the second one, I have no clue. I have no clue who that was.
I think the second one might be Mary Hart, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay. I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah. So, hey, if you're looking, take a look and let us know who
you think in the comments.
In the comments, let us know who you think these ladies are.
Yeah.
And your thoughts on Queen Elizabeth II.
Rank her
in the list. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So anyway, they're trying to show Miss Musso that it's okay to be 40.
Yes.
Kind of a little. She probably takes a little patronizing.
Yeah.
She's not because she's not impressed, and she storms off in disgust.
Yes, she does.
So we're back in Miss Musso's office now, and she's holding her hand. She's sitting at her desk, holding her head in her hands, and she lets fly with one of her trademark screams. And then we cut to Rimsting, Germany. And we're outside the kitchen window of a German household. You can tell it's a German household because there's a cuckoo clock on in the background, on the wall in the back, and there's beer steins everywhere in the window. There's tons of beer steins. So that's how we know it's German.
Yes.
So suddenly the scream reaches the house from across the Atlantic, and it shatters the window. There's this woman in the window. She's washing dishes or something. A hausfrau. So the window smashes, and the woman is startled, and she says, "Gott in Himmel, Fräulein Musso." It's hilarious.
And this woman's played by Eve Brenner. She's got a ton of credits, a lot of one-off TV stuff. I see one note here you had. She was in the new Adam 12.
Gotta include it.
Yeah, we always like to point out the new this, the new that.
Yep.
The blah 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 now.
Yep, exactly. So she we got that on the bingo card.
Yeah, exactly.
For this week. We got the reboot series of something, and then she was also in Star Trek: The Next Generation. So we got our Star Trek bingo spot.
That definitely has to be on the bingo card.
All right, so now we're at the Atlas Diner. Parker explains that when you're in high school, 40 is as hard to understand as an REM song. So I didn't really think that tracked. They're not especially difficult to
I didn't think so either.
So anyway, so he's decided that it is time to talk to the two elderly people in his life, his parents. The two elderly folks. Mr. and Mrs. Lewis share a milkshake as she tries to explain that Miss Musso needs their understanding and kindness. And the best way to achieve this, of course, is by inviting her to dinner at the Lewis house.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So the diner fills with lightning and thunder. And then I guess the hand of God appears above their heads.
I think it is.
Because this hand just descends, and it's just like this resounding thumbs down. It's really weird.
God is not pleased.
Yeah, God's like, let her fucking rot.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So we're at the Lewis house. They've apparently decided to spite the Almighty here, because the Lewis family is seated around the table with Miss Musso having dinner. Shelley serves Miss Musso tea, I think, and gives her an unending list of dairy products to add to the drink. Miss Musso politely refuses all of them, but when Shelley pesters her one too many times, suggesting non-dairy creamer, Musso shouts, "Black!"
Yeah, it's a good question because, because she says black, I assumed it was coffee, but it is like a tea kettle that like a very fancy, and I'm like, I guess you could have coffee in there, but it definitely looked more like tea.
The Lewises are just breaking out all their fine china and serving stuff. I can't think of the word.
Serving stuff.
Serving stuff to give her the drink. Shut up. All right. So anyway, Musso collects herself, thanking the Lewises for their graciousness. Which is a great fucking line read.
Yeah.
And then Marty, of course, says, "So, your birthday." And Musso breaks down crying that she's old. And then she face plants in her salad. We cut to Parker Central, and we see Parker on screen. They're observing him at this dinner. He turns to the camera and scrawls "help" on the lens. Mikey sees the message and turns to Jerry. "Parker needs our ple."
I love that. That was going to be my note, too. I love that he says ple.
Parker needs our ple. He says, "Let's rock and roll." Jerry isn't too excited to help since he's halfway through installing the new motherboard. Mikey tells him that a bud is in need, so Jerry agrees, but he asks for patience when he inevitably begins to whine like a newborn puppy. Mikey pauses and says, "New plan, stay here."
That's a good call.
Yeah, definitely. You don't need a whiny Jerry.
No.
Around. So Mikey leaves and Jerry's computer comes to life.
Who said that?
I am the Gal 9000 computer. I can talk. I can reason. I function at the highest level of logic. Jerry, why do people find Alan Thicke so amusing?
How'd you know my name?
I know all about you, Jerry. You're special. Your intellect is not diluted by romance or social skills. We share a love of pure truth. Jerry, whom does Vanilla Ice think he's kidding?
Why do people find Alan Thicke funny?
He defies all logic.
Yeah. He's in at least one segment on Tim and Eric's awesome show, so
oh really?
He's pretty good in that, yeah. Anyway, back to Parker Lewis. We're back at the Lewis house. Miss Musso is breathing into a brown paper bag as Marty reassures her, 40's not so bad. Look at me. Always helpful, Marty.
Oh, Marty.
This causes Grace to break down again. Mrs. Lewis tells Grace that what keeps her feeling young is her family and her children. I don't think that's true, Mrs. Lewis. Sorry. I love my family and children, but they don't make me feel young. Especially my children do not make me feel young. They're a constant reminder that I'm getting old.
We call bullshit, Mrs. Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. So when Miss Musso tells Mrs. Lewis to wake up and smell the mojo, because she tells her to wake up and smell the mojo because she doesn't even have a boyfriend. Judy tells her she meant the children of Santo Domingo, all 3,100 of them. I just wrote, God damn, that seems like a lot of students, man.
I thought so too. So I did a little digging, and I looked up our, old high school, and I was like, I wonder what they average a year, and for grades 9 through 12, 1,500. So it's like twice as much as our high school held. So, but I mean, I guess for I didn't look up California high schools, but it could be bigger.
Maybe it's not unusual for a school out in California. I don't know, but when she said 3,100,
it does. It sounds like
imagine
a fuck ton of kids.
3,000 kids in a school. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mrs. Lewis reminds her that she has all those kids under her care. Doesn't she want them to get to know her? Miss Musso is agreeable to this, and Mikey then bursts through the door and says, "Hello, the Lewises, Miss Musso." I like that. I love that line read. He asks Parker to come over and help him with his homework right now. Miss Musso, embracing her new approach to the students, pops up behind them, embraces both of them, and kisses them on the cheek. It's another one of those great character popping up behind people things. Yeah, I love that. Always makes me laugh.
I didn't make a note here, but I like that all Mikey could come up with. I need you to come over and help me with my homework.
Yeah.
Good one, Mikey.
He is trying his best. He did just say pleh. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He was too busy focusing on his acting when he walked in like, hello, the Lewis is Miss Musso. That's great.
I'm acting totally normal.
Yeah, this is how I act and talk. All right, so we're back at Santo Domingo High School the next day, I guess. In the hallway, Miss Musso, in full parrot head gear, approaches Mikey and Parker, and the two nondescript blonde. That's kind of a harsh description, but that's basically
that's what they are, though. I mean,
yeah, it's two blondes. They may be the ones from the drugstore, for all I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, they both have a blonde with them.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's so problematic. She tells the girls that these are her favorite students, and that they will bring meaning to their lives because they brought so much to hers. And across the hall, we see Remmel, and he's reporting to Pankow over a headset that he's wearing. And then we cut to Pankow in his office. He appears to be shining or sharpening the studded collar on his pet iguana during this entire conversation.
Yeah.
Remmel tells him that Musso is compassionate and warm, and that she makes him feel good about himself. And Pankow is understandably perplexed by this. He's sure that this is some kind of scheme, so he decides to investigate this personally. I love this. He tells his iguana, "Sit, Elizabeth. Stay. Good dog."
It's great. I love that he has a fucking pet iguana and it's got a fucking spiked collar. And he sharpens it.
And its name is Elizabeth. And he calls it a dog.
There's so much to unpack there.
Yeah. It's a great performance, too. Man.
It is. My other note, too, was that I just love how he keeps saying, "My gym material."
Yeah.
Talking about getting the funding for his prison. My gym material.
Yeah. It's funny to think about the evolution of Dr. Pankow from the first time we saw him in episode 8 last season to now. Just like the performance is like so, it's over the top, but it's not too much, you know? It's like he is just chewing the fuck out of the scenery every time he's in it, especially in this episode. Like, we'll get to it, but later when Parker's visiting him, it's just like the most over the top, you know, just it's huge, the performance. It's great though. I mean, I laughed the entire way through, man. I love Dr.
I know. I love Pankow. I really wish he was in the show more, man.
Yeah. All right, so we're back to Miss Musso's office, and she looks up from a copy of a book she's reading called "You Are Older, You Are Better." And I don't know if that's real. I meant to go back and see if that's a real book, but so she looks up and finds Dr. Pankow in her office. And she's surprised, but then she rolls across the office in a yard swing, complete with shrubbery on either side, and she's wearing her best Southern Belle attire. All of a sudden, she invites Norman to sit, and he does. She then offers him a mint and lady fingers, which she then takes away before he can take one. It's kind of funny, but
I meant julep, right?
Is it a mint julep? Okay, yeah. He doesn't take it. You know, he's not interested in that. He is interested in the lady fingers, but she takes those away. She makes a suggestion that they dine later that night, but he isn't buying this. He insists that she register her vote on the gym equipment immediately, but she then just takes the ballot sheet out of his hand and gives it a big old sloppy kiss, which leaves a lipstick impression behind. He tells her this behavior makes him queasy and uneasy. She suggests that this might be love. And I like when she says that, she starts blinking and it's all like every time she blinks, it makes a fucking, I don't know, it makes a Fred Flintstone going up to bowl sound effect or something. A twinkle toes.
Twinkle toes, I was just going to say. Twinkle toes. Yeah.
That's really funny. Then he starts to laugh maniacally in that Pankow way, and then he just leaves.
Yeah, the way he just laughs in her face. It's so harsh.
It's the biggest laugh that he does, you know, the it's great, man.
God.
All right, so we're back in Pankow's office now. He opens his office windows and surveys this serene morning scene outside. And in voiceover, Parker tells us that there is danger in going toe-to-toe with Dr. Pankow, but it's worth it if there is even a speck of goodness somewhere in there. And then Pankow produces a shotgun and yells, "Pull!" And Remmel launches a clay pigeon, which Pankow obliterates. And And that's when Parker arrives at the office, and Pankow takes another shot, after which he tells Rimmel, reimburse that student for his Frisbee.
Yeah, that's a great gag because he says pull, he fires, and then you hear somebody go, whoa! Because his Frisbee just got blasted out of the sky.
That's great. Reimburse that student for his Frisbee. At least he reimbursed him for it, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. I felt like that was somewhat uncharacteristic, but
yeah. There's your evidence, Park. He does have goodness. Okay, so they sit, and Parker tells Pankow that he knows that no one knows this, but today is Musso's 40th birthday. And then we cut to Dr. Pankow, who's reading USA Today, and he's holding the paper up in front of his face. And the headline says, Musso 40. And the subheader says, everyone knows.
Because Jerry broadcasted.
Yeah.
Look, she's feeling worthless.
Am I my Musso's keeper?
You need Miss Musso. She needs you. Your timeless rivals like Sergeant Slaughter and Randy Macho Man Savage. Only you can make her whole. Take her out tonight.
Well, let me think. No.
I made a little note here. That's not technically accurate to the history of professional wrestling, but you know, whatever. I like that they name checked Randy Savage. He was my favorite wrestler when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And everybody knew Sergeant Slaughter because he was a G.I. Joe. You know, but
exactly.
This was Randy Savage before his Slim Jim days, so he's a little less known to the general public, I think. So Parker practically begs Pankow to take Musso out, which he responds to with a super over-the-top, no. This is the scene I was talking about earlier. It's just, it's huge. He tells Parker that Musso the Elder has already given him the equipment he needs to erect Camp Pankow. Parker suggests that King Arthur would never abandon Guinevere. And this finally gets to Pankow, understandably, since he just happens to have a sword and a stone in his office, which he extracts and uses to pledge himself to a night out with Musso. Parker leaves, and Pankow pulls out a crossbow, and he fires an arrow, which the camera follows through Sherwood Forest until it lodges in a picture of Musso attached to a tree trunk. And I just put very Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves there.
Yes, it is.
That whole scene is great. I love that entire back and forth between the two of them, because Pankow just doesn't give a fuck.
No,
he's not going toe to toe like Parker thinks he's going toe to toe with Pankow.
Yeah.
Pankow just doesn't care.
Yeah,
you know, just like whatever.
Just playing with his medieval toys.
Yeah,
in his office.
I love that Musso the Elder. What a dick. All right, so we're at Atlas Diner that evening, I suppose. Miss Musso and Dr. Pankow are enjoying a romantic candlelit dinner in the middle of the diner. And they got burgers and onion rings on their plates.
Yes.
You know? It's funny. It's a strange romantic evening. But Shelley observes from the bar. Musso brags in that parental way about the students at the school, including Kubiak, who is feeding and dressing himself now.
I just love that. It's just a dig at Kubiak. He's feeding and dressing himself now.
He's a big boy. Never mind the fact that he's like 27 or something. Pankow interrupts, though, telling Miss Musso she is a wellspring of beauty in a desert of ugly. He proposes a toast, but then fails to actually touch glasses with her. And then our boy Nick Comstock arrives to fill their drinks. But then he mysteriously shushes the both of them. I think I left out the part where Pankow bitches at him for...
Yeah, that's my note.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good. Okay. That's my note.
You want to just leave it? It's funny. Go ahead and fill us in on this particular interaction, because it's funny, and I don't know why I didn't put it in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just love that Nick shows up to freshen up Pankow's glass of tea. And he does it before Pankow can stop him. And Pankow's like, boob? Now you've upset the delicate tea to sugar to lemon ratio.
Yeah.
You've upset the delicate tea to sugar to lemon ratio. But I like that he calls him a boob.
He calls him a boob. And then I think, doesn't he offer Miss Musso, or before he offers Miss Musso tea, he's like, asks her if she's worried about her ratio or something like that.
He's like, do you want more tea, or do you have a ratio thing going on too?
Yeah. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
So then Nick shushes the both of them. And then he asks them if they can hear that train off in the distance. Pankow insists there isn't a train for 50 miles, but Nick tells him you have to listen real hard. And if you listen, you can hear the whistle calling out to a lonely place inside. It tells you that somewhere out there, someone needs you. Then he breaks his own trance, suggesting that he ought to start writing this stuff down. And it's clear that he's starting to get to Miss Musso a little bit, though. So, back in Parker Central, Mikey and Parker are watching the date through a TV screen in the diner, which they also appear on, which is not particularly smooth. Like, the screen's up, we've seen the screens in the diner before. Yeah. We know where they're in the top, up by the ceiling, but
you see them on the screen watching.
Ridiculous. They do need Jerry, man.
Yeah,
they don't know
exactly.
What the fuck they're doing.
They're helpless without Jerry.
Yeah. We can patch in the feed to us, but we can't do it without patching in our feed as well. Help us, gal. According to Parker, Pankow is close to striking Musso like the cobra that he is, and that this will cause her to revert to her mongoose status, giving them the old Musso back.
Mongoose status.
Yeah. Excited, he and Mikey high-five, but when they turn to include Jerry, they find that he is too engrossed in interfacing with the home keys. And then he says, in transmission, and returns to work. I like that that's how he ends the conversation. In transmission.
Yeah, he's like becoming one with Gal 9000.
Yeah. So back at the Atlas Diner, Pankow sits beside Grace and puts his arm around her. He suggests that she's done all she can for Santo Domingo. It's time to move on. Time to retire, to go find Grace Musso. He tells her to commence the search because she's clearly not getting any younger. He drops so many fucking insults in here.
He does, man.
There's no better place to start in his estimation than Zimbabwe. And then there's these drums in the background, which I don't know if that would be in something now or not. It's, I may be reading too much into that.
Yeah, it could be seen as problematic because he mentions Africa, and then there's these, African drums. But I mean, it is a style of music from there.
True.
It's borderline. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that something like that wouldn't be included today. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I agree.
So back in Parker Central, Parker and Mikey are taken aback. They decide they need to get to the diner, but then suddenly all means of egress are sealed off to them. Jerry turns and his eyes are glowing red like the Terminator. He tells him that Gal 9000 has sealed the doors. Parker accuses Jerry of choosing his gal over them, but Jerry insists that she understands him.
And I love that Mikey says of Jerry, the little guy's going Chiquita.
Yes. What?
He's going Chiquita.
Gone Chiquita. So we move in close on Gal's glowing eye, and then back to the diner. Pankow insists that Musso discover herself by discovering Zimbabwe. I don't know why he brought it up again, but
yeah,
he tells her to join the Peace Corps. And he doesn't want her to retire. He wants her to join the Peace Corps now. He's throwing everything he has at her.
Yeah.
She's becoming convinced. She says, "It's true. I'm not getting any younger," to which Pankow replies, "Yes, and it shows." Yes, and it shows.
Oh, God.
There's just so many of those in here. So then he pulls out a piece of paper for her to sign. Back in Parker Central, in a scene straight out of 2001: A Space Odyssey, Parker is within Gal's memory core, attempting to perform some maintenance. As he works, Gal protests and offers to sing a song. She sings Daisy as he continues to try to work his magic with his telephone cord, compass, protractor, egg beater tool that he is wielding. I don't know what the fuck that prop is, but
yeah, they mashed a bunch of stuff together to make it look like this weird futuristic tool.
Yeah. It turns out that Gal was just messing with him when she appeared to be dying down in that scene, though.
Yeah.
What do you think they did the weightless thing on that? Do you think they just suspended him? They didn't.
I think I
they didn't
like,
fly him up in a fucking airplane.
No, I always think about it when I see like weightless effects like that. I'm like, I always think about the dipping plane effect, that they use a lot. And I was like, there's no way they had the budget to do a dipping plane effect. But I was like, it's pretty seamless. I couldn't really tell. I had to watch it over a few times. I mean, it's definitely, he's in a harness, but it's really hard to see that wire. It took me forever to spot. I'm like, oh, that's how they did it.
Yeah,
but
it was good.
It was well done. Very well done.
That was my thought, too. I was like, I wonder if they did. Of course they didn't do the fucking airplane. Blow their entire budget on that. Yeah. So back at the diner, Pankow tries to push Musso over the finish line of his little scheme, but then she suddenly hears a train whistle off in the distance. She becomes aware of crying behind her, and she finds Shelley Lewis alone in a booth with a milkshake and a photo of Miss Musso.
Shelley, what's wrong?
What's wrong? You! You were my cruel and ruthless idol. Now you have feet of clay. Listening to students' problems, punishing them only if they're wrong, showing compassion and tolerance. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
But I'm a kinder, gentler Musso. Who wants that old me back?
I do. I need you, Miss Musso, and so does everyone at Santo Domingo. You've upset a delicate balance. Don't go.
Oh.
Again, Musso hears the train whistle, and in that moment, her heart shrank 3 sizes that day.
Great reference.
Thanks. Pankow, still seated with pen and paper and a ridiculous look on his face, catches a face full of grapefruit from Musso. She calls him an inbred hyena for even suggesting the Peace Corps. No one runs a school better than she does, and she's getting better every day. If that means she's also getting older, so be it. She says, "You hear that, world? I'm Grace Musso. I'm bad and I'm glad." And the crowd gives this lukewarm, "Yay."
It's a very lukewarm. It's very lukewarm. Like, yay. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're not at all pleased to hear that Miss Musso's back. Then Pankow expresses his relief. After all, they are like warring gods, like Sergeant Slaughter and Macho Man Randy Savage. He says, "Forget the Peace Corps, Grace. We're the War Corps." And then I made a note here to keep in mind that he has his fucking grapefruit attached to his face throughout the whole spiel.
Yeah.
You can hear his voice echoing in this,
mask
thing over his
grapefruit.
mouth. He looks ridiculous too, because it's like top of the nose all the way to his chin, just completely covered.
It's so good. Yeah, Garrett Graham did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Just being completely straight with this fucking thing on his face.
So she whips the grapefruit off his face, and as they get close, the sparks return, and they start to make out, to such an extent that they are engulfed in electricity. All across Santo Domingo, the power grid begins to fail. Back over in Parker Central, the power is failing there as well. And as the power slowly drains away from Gal 9000, she says, "All systems shutting down." And then just as she goes dark, "I hate when this happens." Parker falls out of the memory core, and the doors all reopen. Jerry babbles as the last bits of Gal 9000's influence drain from his brain.
He says something about Tang there, of course.
Yeah, of course he does, yeah. Or, as we like to call it,
nerd juice.
Nerd juice. Still got to get that fucking t-shirt.
I know.
I want one that just says, "Give me that nerd juice." That's like a picture of the Tang container.
Yes. Oh, God.
All right, so back at the diner, Pankow suggests that the two of them paint the town blood red. Musso agrees, but she has to stop by her office first to pick something up. She whispers in his ear, and his eyes roll back in his head, and I wrote, "What could that possibly mean?"
I don't know. I'm afraid to know.
Yeah. It's going to be dildonic, whatever it is, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
Yep. All right, so on that note, back in Musso's office, she walks into her office, and she and Pankow walk into the office, and she's greeted by a large group of students. It's a surprise party, Musso's favorite. She's completely taken aback, and I love how Pankow looks like he's seen inside the Ark of the Covenant there. He's just like, that's great.
Yeah, that's
He
exactly
just
what
recoils.
He looks like.
He recoils so hard. Miss Musso's touched. "You really are my family," she says, and then she sentences everyone to a month's detention for unauthorized use of the school premises. Miss Musso is back. That's great. Seamless, too. She's like, "You really are my family." Anyway, despite this, though, the party carries on. Frank finally returns to the episode in a black party hat. It's really bummed. It's like the entire fucking episode with no Frank.
Yeah, I know.
He just bookends it. He really took that 15-minute detention hard. So Shelley presents Miss Musso with a personalized cake with her face on it. But when Grace goes to blow out the candles, Shelley waves them out like a witch. It's really strange. V.O. Parker says, "You have to give Miss Musso credit. No matter how much you hate her, you gotta love her." Well, someone's gotta love her. That's the paradox of Grace Musso. On the outside, she can be icy and frosty, but on the inside, she's a piece of cake. And then they cut a big-ass chunk of the cake. They cut out a big-ass chunk of the cake. It's in her face. What I'm trying to say is, I take the knife.
You see, there's this face on the cake.
It's her face. And you cut a big-ass chunk of it right across her face. That's what I'm trying to say. Just take all those words, cut them together, and make it sound coherent. Yeah, make it sound coherent. Like I'm not having a stroke or something.
There's a moment, too, like as they're cutting into the cake that I think it might be in the middle of his VO or something, but Musso turns to Pankow for them to say, let's go, out painting the town red. And she says, you ready to go? I think she says something like, you ready to go, my speed racer? I don't know why she called him that. But then he responds like, yes, my little airbag. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's right, that little airbag.
What is this even? What is this talk? Like, what are these pet names?
I don't want to know what any of that means. Yeah.
Oh, speed racer and airbag.
Speed racer and airbag.
God.
Oh, man. All right, so for the end credits gag, we're back at the convenience store. We have Jerry at the counter. He's wearing sunglasses. He asks for something to help with red eye. He lowers the sunglasses to reveal those Terminator eyes are back. The end.
What have you got to say for yourselves?
All right, Chip, give me your thoughts on this episode.
That was a fun one. I don't know if it was my favorite Pankow one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what my favorite Pankow episode would be. But it was good. I mean, definitely had the Spicer feel, so it just, had that just visually interesting the whole way through.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what were your thoughts?
I really like this one. I think it's, it's not my favorite Pankow one either, but it's definitely up there. Cause it's very dense with jokes.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Garrett Graham's performance in this one.
Totally.
It's just so huge, and all the little asides that are just like these cutting asides towards Musso. Even when she's not there, like the Musso the Elder thing, that was funny.
Yes.
Like making fun of women for aging is not funny, but if done right, it can be amusing. It's not,
No, it's just the fact that, I mean, and Garrett Graham just makes it the way he delivers these lines too. It's just, and the fact that he's this antagonist for Musso, and of course age is a big thing for her. So just for him to have these barbed comments,
because you look at it and you're like, dude, you're probably like 44. What the fuck are you talking about? And whatever. I mean, 40 is whatever, but we say that now as people who are over 40. Like,
yes, we do.
No big deal. But yeah, no, I thought it was, I like a Pankow episode. I thought there was a lot of funny stuff in this one.
Yeah.
Having a character try to turn over a new leaf, and behave in a different way.
Yes.
It is funny to see Miss Musso try to be nice, eventually it's all going to come back and she's going to turn back into icy cold Miss Musso or whatever. But I wish Frank had been in a little bit more.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I it's a very fun episode. I think it had a lot going for it. Garrett Graham, obviously, and Chartoff's, is always spectacular. It would have been fun because of her taking that flip-flop in personality. Yeah. It would have been interesting to see Lemmer along for the ride in a fish out of water kind of, but struggling to still be her lackey. Yeah. But in this new realm, I think that could have been a lot of potential for humor there.
I think they had two. They have two lackeys for her.
Yeah.
They had to go with one of them, and it makes more sense. You can integrate Shelley into the Lewis family storyline a little bit more than Frank. So, it made sense. It was just, I always, if Frank's in an episode, it's always, if he's not in an episode, it's always like, oh, man. You know? So I guess we got to get used to that. But
no, it's like, I completely understand from a writing and shooting standpoint, not having him in there. But we always love to see Lemmer.
Yeah. But all in all, like, I like this one more than some of the more recent ones just because it is more cartoonish. And I like Parker Lewis, but I like cartoonish Parker Lewis the most, I think. So
Totally. Yeah, and this hits all the buttons for sure.
Yeah. And I like the 2001 references too, because I love that movie. So
I know,
cool.
man.
It's cool to see, you know.
Yeah.
So on the next Synchronize Swatches.
Next time, Season 2, Episode 9, The Parker Chronicles. To keep track of his hectic life, Parker keeps an audio diary in the form of a miniature tape recorder. Suddenly, he finds his beloved diary missing, along with all of the juicy contents recorded on it. The thief leaves a cryptic video recording to Parker, warning that a ceremony to celebrate Coob, the contents of the diary will be broadcast to the whole school. Oh, that at a ceremony. Okay, I misread that. The thief leaves a cryptic video recording to Parker, warning that at a ceremony to celebrate Coob, the contents of the diary will be broadcast to the whole school. Panic ensues as Parker's reputation is on the line, along with his life, if anything about the school's Donald the Don Yamano are revealed. Wow. Everything culminates as Parker and the crew find themselves caught between a rock and a hard place in front of the whole school. I feel like they keep saying whole school, in front of the whole school, in front of the whole school.
Yeah.
Donald the Don Yamano. So, yeah, so I haven't watched this episode recently. I don't recall this one. I don't even remember anything about this.
I just like the idea that his life is on the line in this one. The stakes are super fucking high in this episode. Jesus.
Yeah, panic ensues as Parker's reputation is on the line, along with his life.
His life.
If anything about the school's Donald the Don Yamano. Oh, is that? Oh, it's like a gangster, like some guy. It's kind of a gangster in the school. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I think that there's too many jokes there. He's the school Don, but his name is also Donald. So that's probably supposed to be kind of funny. You've been listening to Synchronize Swatches, your twice monthly dose of coolness.
But wait, if listening isn't enough for you and you'd like to see our ugly mugs, that is not a problem.
Head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel at Synchronize Swatches. There you will find all of our mainline episodes, as well as some of all of our bonus content. Also, you can probably punch that up a little bit. Also, you can now stream full episodes of Parker Lewis Can't Lose on Plex TV.
We're also on social media. Search for our handle at SwatchesPod on Instagram. And I guess TikTok. Ugh. Hit that follow button. We welcome your comments, questions, critiques, all forms of correspondence over at our email address, swatchespod@gmail.com.
While you're at it, why not cruise on over to your podcast app of choice and leave us a 5-star rating and positive review. It really makes a difference in getting the word out about what we're doing here.
Our theme music was written and produced by My Sinister Hand.
The show is recorded on the west and east coasts of the United States. The west coast is currently quite habitable, and the east coast is a frozen fucking rock. It is written by the time this comes out, it'll be like spring.
Yeah.
It is written by the hosts, with post-production by Chip Johnson. Chris Gregory manages our social media accounts. Special thanks to Paul Coates for all his German title insights, and Allison Doster for our new custom logo design. You can see more of her work over at Instagram, where she uses the handle Bunny Soul Art. That's BUNISOULART.
Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, I'm Chip Johnson.
And I'm Chris Gregory.
Reminding you that apathy is the Orwellian prologue. Let's get out there. Do some good.
My friend Jerry said you guys were going to do something really neat today.
Respect them.